Hello friends, welcome to ASP.NET tutorial. In the last video we created the project. So one project is for creating the custom binary composite control, and the other project is for testing the binary control. Right. So now we will override the CreateChildControl method. Now we will override the CreateChildControls method, and in the previous video we changed the base class as CompositeControl, right? So we created the server-side control project and we changed the derived class or base class as the CompositeControl. Now our CompositeControl is derived from, or our control is derived from CompositeControl. And after doing that, and in this video we will override the CreateChildControls method. Inside the method, we will create controls dynamically. That means the ASP.NET server-side controls dynamically, and add it to the controls collection. After adding all the control, we will set the child controls created. So it's the property for the custom composite control derived class. Right, and we will set that property to true to inform the server that composite control is ready. Right, so if you see the process, first we will create all the controls, then we will add it to the controls collection. Finally we will inform the server that the controls are created. Right, first we will override, and then we will add it to the controls collection, and finally we will say that we will set the property to true, child controls created property to true. So the rest the server will take care. Now let's go to the demo. So here is our composite control derived class, right? Now we will expose a event, and we will implement that event later. For now, here we are declaring a event, public event handler result negative. So in the last video we created a user control, right, for add and subtract user provided input. The same stuff we are going to do here, but this time we are going to use the binary composite control. That means there is no design time change, everything will be added at runtime, and the control stays on its own assembly. And if you see our control add sub BCC is exposing a event. Whenever the result goes negative, that time we will raise this event and we will give this event to the ASP.NET client application. They can handle this result negative event. So if you see whatever we did previously with the user control, the same stuff here we are doing, but we are doing that at runtime. If you see here, we are declaring the text box, two text box. These text boxes will take input from the user and it will receive two numbers. Then we have two checkboxes to tell what operation we want to perform, add or subtract. Then we have a button which will perform the operation addition or subtraction on the input given on N1 and N2, two text boxes, right? Finally, we need to display the result, right? For that we have the literal control and we name it as a LIT display. That's all. We have two text boxes, two check boxes, a button, as well as a literal control. So this is the text property. For now, we will leave it as it is. And let's override a function so that we can create all these control at runtime. So protected override void So here, if you see, we are overriding the create child controls. And if you see, so the override keyword is doing the correct job here. Now, if I remove it, so this is the function, exact function we have to override, create child controls. So first, let's create the text boxes. There are two text boxes, right? And if you see, txt n1, it is a member of this add sub bcc. Here we are creating two text boxes, txt n1, n2. Then we are setting the width for these two text boxes. After that, to the controls collection, we are adding these two text boxes. Since it is derived from composite control, composite control exposes the controls collection, and to that controls collection, we are adding our dynamically created text boxes. Next, to add line break, we will create a literal control and place the br tag so that after these two text boxes, there will be line break, and whatever control we add, that will go to the next line. Next, we create two checkboxes, right? And we are setting the text property as add as well as subtract, right? Add and subtract. Then we are adding the controls to the controls collection. So first we are adding the chkAdd, then we are placing a line break. After that we are adding subtract, and we place one more line break. So text box 1, text 1 and text 2 will appear side by side. Then there will be a line break. After that we have a separate line for add as well as subtract checkboxes. And next we add our button control here. Create the button, new button, and we named it as calc, and we are adding it to the controls collection. Finally, we add literal control, and this will take care of displaying the result, right? It's a literal control, and we are just adding it to our controls collection. So now we created all the required controls in the CreateChildControl override method function. Now we can inform server that all child controls are created. So using the ChildControlsCreated property, right? So we can look at the description. Gets a value that indicates whether the server's controls, child controls, have been created. So here we are, since we are creating all the controls, and we are stating that child controls are created. Alright, now we will go ahead and remove this text property. So this is not required now. Since we take care of creating all the controls ourselves, we don't want to expose the text property. And we will hook the quick event handler for this button and we will do this stuff in the next coming videos. Let's build this once. All right, so what we did here is we exposed a event handler. We haven't yet touched it, and we created some ASP.NET Server control as member of our composite control. Then we had overridden the CreateChildControl, and here we created all the required controls. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.